This is a review of the Hollyland MARS 300 Pro Enhance. The MARS 300 Pro Enhance comes with a transmitter and a receiver. Now let's talk about the receiver. On the side, the receiver has 3 ports. On the far left, there's a USB type interface that you can use to power up the receiver. You can plug it in on a computer or use a power adapter. It also comes with 2 HDMI output that you can plug in on a TV, a monitor, a video capture device for live streaming. On the top right here, you will find a mounting hole for expansion accessories in case you want to mount this on your camera horizontally, and a 1/4 screw hole for mounting on a tripod or on top of your camera. Right here is the LCD display that shows the channel number and some other settings of the receiver. Right here is the simple wheel button that allows you to navigate on the settings and to change the settings as well. And this switch right here is the on and off switch. Right here at the back is where we can put the battery. We can use an NP series battery from 5 volts to 12 volts. But I use a power adapter for the receiver most of the time, because a usual setup is that the receiver is just sitting next to the capture device. Now let's talk about the transmitter. Transmitter comes with 2 antennas, and they can be removed. In case you lose them, break them, or misplace them, you can surely purchase replacement for these antennas. And just like the receiver, the top has mounting screws, so you can mount them on top of the cameras or on a tripod horizontally. And at the bottom as well, a 1/4 screws for tripod and mounting on top of the camera. Now on the side right here, you will find 2 HDMI ports. The HDMI in is where you plug in your camera or any video source, and the HDMI loop out is where you plug in a small monitor or a monitor just to confirm that your HDMI in is actually giving out a live feed. Right here is the USB-C port to power up the device, and also an NP series battery, a place where you can use a battery to power up the transmitter. Just like the receiver, it has an LED display for the channel number and other settings, a wheel button to navigate and change the settings, and an on and off switch. The casing is mostly made of metal, so it's tough. And I dropped this quite a few times. You can see the transmitter has some scratches. So I'm telling you, this thing is tough. So it's great for outdoor use. And purchasing the MARS 300 Pro Enhance give you this enhanced packing list. So just look at the screen right there. Those are the things that you're going to get when you purchase the Hollyland MARS 300 Pro Enhance. And I'm going to show you a quick demonstration on how the MARS 300 Pro Enhance is cabled. So I'm going to connect the receiver to my television, and I'm going to use the USB port to power up the receiver and plug in an HDMI coming from my TV to one of the HDMI out. And the moment I turn it on, after it boots, what it does, it will try to search for a channel that is coming from the transmitter. It will try to search for that channel to link itself to that transmitter and connect itself to that, which you can see on the output of the TV. So let's set up the transmitter. I'll be connecting the transmitter to my laptop and plug in the USB cable to the HDMI in coming from my laptop. And to power up the transmitter, I'll just use a USB port coming from my laptop and plug in the USB cable type C to the port of the transmitter. Now, as soon as I turn this on, the moment the transmitter boots, it will assign itself a channel number. The moment the transmitter gets its channel number, the receiver will get it, and it will start displaying the feed that is coming from the transmitter. It supports resolution from 480p with 60 frames per second to a maximum of 1080i or 1080p from 50 frames per second to 60 frames per second. According to the manufacturer, a wireless range of 300 feet is supported between the transmitter and the receiver. But with my experience, this connection is very stable. We never had any drops when it comes to the connection between the transmitter and the receiver. Another great thing about MARS 300 Pro is that it has an app that you can use to update the firmware and to also use your mobile phone as an external wireless monitor. I'm not going to go into details on it, but all you have to do is just connect to the transmitter using Wi-Fi, follow the prompts, and there you go, guys. My mobile phone is one of the external wireless monitor. So guys, this is the Hollyland MARS 300 Pro Enhance wireless HD video transmission system. Thank you guys for watching.